Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Chris, welcome. Today I am going to be talking about some new or new-ish releases. I have been a little bit disappointed with a lot of the releases of late, and I'm talking about the past maybe half year. And so when I do these videos, I feel like a real party pooper because I don't like the vast majority of them. Spoiler alert, there are some really good new releases that I will be talking about tonight. So I will say I don't love them all. Some of them are likes, some of them are strong likes, some of them are loves, some of them are loves but are really expensive, and then there are some that just, you know, fell flat and really weren't up my alley. And with that, I'm just going to dive right in, and I'm going to dive right in with a new release from Orman Jane, the newest release from Orman Jane. It is a vanilla. It is called Vanille de Afriques Intensivo. Now, Orman Jane does not do gourmand fragrances, so I was super excited when I got this sent to me. So this is a travel size, and I have had this for about a month, and I've been really loving it. This is a beautiful, non-gourmand, warm vanilla that when I first smelled it, I immediately was transported to the time I smelled, I want to say it's Vanille d'Iris by Orman Jane. That was a release from several years ago. It got discontinued several years ago. I had a sample of it, and then I couldn't track down a bottle, but I always thought about in the back of my mind, gosh, I wish I had picked up a bottle when it was available. I think right when I smelled it, it was on its way out. It was at the discounters, and I never got a bottle, and I was kicking myself because I thought it was beautiful. Now, it's not a dupe. It is not re-released under a new name, but there's something very, very familiar. So if you liked Vanille d'Iris, I think you're going to like this one. They're very different, but the vanilla is the same. So you have this non-foody vanilla, and the point of view is you're somewhere in Africa, and it's warm, and you were there when the sun is going down. So this very warm, enveloping, golden warmth is surrounding you while you're sitting on your porch, and that breeze is coming through your house, blowing through the beautiful linen curtains that you have. That's the point of view from this perfume, and I definitely get this because it is I would call it a balmy, earthy, warm vanilla. So again, the vanilla in here is not foody. It's a non-foody vanilla. And there's a lot of vetiver in here, so I would call it really a vetiver vanilla centered fragrance. It has iris in here. I did detect iris right away, but the iris is more in the background. I get more vetiver personally. I get a little bit more amber, a little bit more vetiver. Now, Vanille d'Iris had more iris. This one has more vetiver. That one was a little bit more vanillic. This one I get more of an amber sweetness to it, but it's in no way sweet. It has some spices. There's some earthiness. I want to say there's coriander, but I'm not exactly sure, and I'm too lazy to look up the notes. I'll put the notes up here. A beautiful, warm, balmy, earthy, kind of a grassy vanilla fragrance for those who do not want to smell like food. It's gorgeous and a fantastic new release, and I can't wait till the fall bottle is released, but I'm going to be good and go through my sample before I get that full bottle. The next new release is fantastic. It's by the house of BDK, and it is called 312 St Anor. Boy, this is beautiful. If you are like me and love the fragrance Le Papier, you are going to love this one. Now, they're not the same, but boy, they sure smell very similar. I would put them in the same ballpark. Oh, I had to wet my whistle a little bit. So they are both beautiful musky florals. Now this is a woody musky floral, and the woods in here are like that molecular. It's a very molecular type of fragrance. So Le Papier has that steamed rice accord. This does not. This has a little bit of pink pepper in the beginning, whereas Le Papier had that steamed rice accord that was really nice. Almost sent it into a savory zone. It was gorgeous. And then Le Papier has these like dusty white florals. It's got mimosa, which to me is a dusty honeyed yellow floral. Did I say white flower? I meant yellow floral. So there's no yellow floral in here, and I want to say this has iris. So it has this very light molecular vibe to it with a little bit of iris, and it's got musk, and it's so pretty. I definitely think it probably has a little bit of like amber in the base because it has the slightest touch of a sweetness, so it's not a sharp floral. There's something a little bit sweet in here. This is stunning and it lasts forever. Now, you may become anosmic to it because it has that molecular vibe. I can smell this literally all day on me and on anything I sprayed. Beautiful new release. Now, will I be getting it? No, even though I love it. I love it. It's just too similar to Le Papier. They're too similar. I don't need two in my collection that are that similar, but man, fantastic job. Okay, one that I just could not get on board with, it just fell flat. Listen, we all like different things, and it's by Dias and Durga, and it is called Steamed Rainbow. Boy, I sure do love the concept. I think this is supposed to smell like a rainbow, so you know, humid and wet and steamy and grassy. You're outside, it's rained, and then you see that bright rainbow in the background. I do enjoy it from the nozzle, but when I spray it, it's a whole different ball game. This just, to me, is very, very photorealistic of memories I had as a kid. So this smells like you went over to your friend's house to go swimming in the pool, and it had rained the night before, and they had left their towels outside in the ground, like on the grass. And then to dry them out, they took the wet towels, and they put them on that aluminum railing that helps you get out of the pool. And so you go in the pool, you're swimming, and you pick up that towel to dry off, and you put your face in the towel. That's what this smells like. It has a very earthy, grassy kind of a vibe going on. I definitely smell humidity. It smells like a damp towel that has been in the ground, like grass with dirt and twigs. It just was, and that's how it smelled on me. Maybe it smells differently on you, but I could not get it to smell like anything else. And like I said, I almost got this metallic thing going on, and that's why I put in the pool railing, because it smells like you put your dirty damp towel on the pool railing, and it kind of marinated there overnight and got heated up during the day. So interesting concept. This was a big pass for me. The next one is another Amouage release, and I guess there's something wrong with my nose because it is just not doing it for me. It's called Love Delight. Now, I heard that this was supposed to smell like this was supposed to be a gourmand fragrance. It's supposed to smell like Turkish Delight. I've had Turkish Delights. The only way I can say that this smells like a gourmand to somebody, if you're that type of person that really does not like to smell like food, so you never wear those perfumes. You don't even smell those perfumes because you hate them. And so what you call a gourmand to me does not smell edible. So this is a very floral heavy perfume. It's an ambery fruity floral perfume. I was so looking forward to this beautiful almond note. I don't get almond. I don't get marzipan. I don't get almond candies. I get something very powdery. I know there's heliotrope in here, so I'm sure that's what I'm getting. And heliotrope oftentimes does have like an almondy nuance. I just don't get it because the other notes are so strong and prominent. So the other notes I'm getting like a strong floral jasmine, and I'm getting this really strong ginger orange syrup concoction. So the other notes that I'm getting that are very strong, that are overpowering any gourmandy, almondy yumminess, is a strong floral. I get jasmine. I get a syrupy, fruity jasmine. So there's ginger. I do get like this orange syrup kind of a thing. And the jasmine is nice. But to me, this smells, I'm telling you, this smells like something I've smelled in the past. Either somebody I knew wore it, or I smelled it in the department store, or maybe I had a bottle 10 years ago. I don't know. I've smelled this perfume before, something that smells very similar. I can't put my finger on it right now. Maybe I'll come up with it later. But it does smell like a very pleasant, well done designer fragrance that I have smelled before. I will say that it is a compliment getter. I did wear it to work. It's not really work. I wouldn't call this super work appropriate because it is strong, but I remember I have to go across the parking lot. I work in a hospital and I work at a building that's not attached to the main hospital most of the time. So I have to walk across the parking lot to get my lunch at the cafeteria. So I walked across the parking lot, was walking in the hallway, about to get on the elevator. The lady followed me on the elevator and said, "Oh my gosh, you smell so good. Is that you?" And I turned around and it was just me and some other guy in the elevator, and I was wearing a coat. So I had a coat on top of my sweater where I'd sprayed the perfume, and I literally put out my arm, and she smelt my wrist. She smelt my wrist inside the coat. She said, "Yes, that's you. It's really pretty. What is it?" And I said, "It's called Love Delight." Now, she probably was going to go to her local Sephora and Ulta and look for this perfume. I didn't bother telling her that it was a $400 perfume and that it was niche. I've seen so many people love it. It is a big no. For $380, like, you've got to blow my mind. This does not blow my mind. It's not gourmand enough. It's just, I mean, it's nice. I appreciate it, but big no, especially at $300. I wouldn't even buy it on the discounters if it came down half price. I wouldn't buy it. It's just something I've smelled before, but it's a compliment getter and others like it. The next one is by New Notes and is called Cocktail Maracuja. And I was really looking forward to this perfume because it has passion fruit, and I really like passion fruit in general as a note. I really like those perfumes. They remind me of summer. They remind me of the tropics. They remind me of a tropical drink or being on vacation with a tropical drink in hand. So it's something that I really like to smell in a fragrance, particularly with the summer months coming up, because it kind of transports me on a vacation, even if I'm in my hometown going to work. So I will say that this was kind of a no for me. It did not smell like a tropical drink. It did not smell like a tropical vacation. It did not transport me somewhere exotic and tropical. It was very chemically. It came off very artificial. There's a screechy musk in here. I don't know what the flowers are, but it was a disappointment, and it wasn't something that I will be wearing. There's another fragrance that has passion fruit that I'll be talking about in a bit that is that I like way better. But so this one I wasn't super impressed with. I do like several in that line, but this one was just too artificial. The musk was too strong. It just had this almost this cleansing product vibe to it, and I was looking for a real tropical cocktail, and just, to my nose on me, I just didn't get it. Okay, the next one is a designer release by Marc Jacobs, and it's called Marc Jacobs Daisy Wild. And this was really cute. I was very impressed with this perfume. The bottle is stinking cute. And I will tell you, when I was at the beginning of my perfume journey, I thought Daisy and particularly the flankers were just about the best perfumes around. I had many flankers, and they were just easy reaches, very pretty. I think if I was going to get somebody a perfume, particularly if they were starting their fragrance journey, I would get Daisy or a flanker. I just think that they're very likable. However, a lot of the flankers, I stopped buying them years ago. I couldn't tell one from the other, and they just kind of blended, and I lost interest in them releasing them so quickly, and they weren't unique anymore. So in the past couple of years, I haven't been rushing to go smell the new Marc Jacobs Daisy flankers. So I was at my Sephora, I tried this, and I really do like it. I think it is a great release. It's very different. It doesn't blend with all the others because it has this really nice, I think there's a note of grass or green grass, and I typically do not like that note. That note is a big no-no for me. Green notes in general can be a big no. I don't like things that smell like the earth. I don't like things that smell like dirt or soil or the ground. I think this is a fantastic new release. It would be a very easy reach in the spring and summer. I personally don't need a bottle. I may, if I see it on sale, I might get it for my daughter for her and then just borrow it from her from time to time. I can see her wearing this a ton. I can see this being an easy reach for her. So I think I will definitely be getting her a bottle if I see it on sale, but I'm really impressed. Very nice release. Another fantastic new release from the house of Perfume, even though I don't really know how to pronounce the name. I think it's called Gioiosa. I'll put the name down below. Oh my word. I love this perfume. I think it is 10 out of 10. Fantastic new release by the house. If you like Bianco Latte, that kind of thing, milk, you're going to love this because it's very similar. There are a little bit of differences. Same type of a vibe, but a little bit different. So this one does not have that heavy coumarin note that is in Bianco Latte. Coumarin is from a tonka bean, and it can oftentimes, to me, smell like grass, like minty grass, and I really pick up on that in Bianco Latte. Now, Gioiosa, or however you say it, doesn't have that. It's got vanilla, there's coconut. Oh my gosh, the coconut is so beautiful. Amber, it's absolutely gorgeous. Like I think it has some citruses, I want to say orange. To me, the citruses are way, way in the background. I mainly get a coconut, vanilla, milky, creamy deliciousness that is in the same ballpark of Bianco Latte. However, even though Bianco Latte is very, very strong and it lasts really long, this one has amazing lasting power. It's not as strong, it does not come out as strong out of the gates. It's like slow and steady. This one lasts forever and it has the best dry down. Bianco Latte, in addition to that little green minty grassiness, I do get like a plastic doll head kind of a thing in Bianco Latte. Not my favorite, even though the fragrance is very pretty. This one by Perfume doesn't have that, so I actually like it better. I like this better than I like Bianco Latte. However, Bianco Latte is about half the price. I already own that and Milk and other things in that category. So, even though I think this is amazing, if I were to declutter all those, which I won't, I would definitely get this new one. But I'm telling you, this is one of the best new releases. It's absolutely spectacular. And I would love to have a full bottle, even though, again, I won't be getting one because it's just too redundant for my collection, but phenomenal. So speaking of really good fragrances that have passion fruit is the newest release from Creed, Queen of Silk. I have not enjoyed many new releases. I think they were way overpriced and they just didn't wow me. So I wasn't expecting much out of Queen of Silk, even though I love the bottle. The bottle is beautiful. So again, I wasn't expecting much. This is beautiful. It is a deep, spicy amber floral with some syrupy fruits, and the fruit in here is passion fruit. This is a stunning perfume. You've got white flowers. You have a syrupy passion fruit. There are spices. There's saffron in here. The saffron doesn't go leathery. You've got cypriol, which adds another layer of spiciness. It does have some incense, and that incense is myrrh, and it's not smoky, and it doesn't smell like frankincense, which can smell like pine. It also has this really nice patchouli in the dry down, so it is absolutely, absolutely beautiful. I won't be picking up a bottle right now. It's going on my wish list way down low, way down the road, because I have too many fragrances that fall within that beautiful, spicy, woody, ambery, floral category. And I'm thinking of Passion de l'Amour and Blue Heart by Tamine, which I just bought. So I do not need this one, even though it is a spectacular new release. So to me, this smells like if you took L'Interdit Rouge, you took out the blood orange, you took out the ginger, and you took Tamine, the Tamine's Blue Heart, and you took out the coconut, and you merged them, you would get something that smelled awfully similar to Queen of Silk. So I don't need it, even though it's beautiful, and I can't wait to get my bottle of Blue Heart, which is literally on its way to me as we speak. Okay, I've got two more. Now the next one I thought I would love, and the reason why I'm smelling it and giving you my 2 cents or a little review is because a lovely person out there, Lori, sent me this 2 packages with lots of new releases in them. Thank you so much, Lori. Now this is a fragrance, it's the new release called New Look by Christian Dior, and Francis Curtijon is now the perfumer of Dior. And I love Francis Curtijon. I think he's a master. And I love the line, the Christian Dior line, Les Collections. I do love that elevated line, unfortunately, because they're very pretty and very, very expensive. I think I've liked everything in that line. So I figured I would love this new look, and it was kind of shocking that I didn't like it because it has incense in it, and I'm a big incense lover, but this one just wasn't for me. It just did not wear well on me, and maybe it's just me, but the notes are, I think only 3 notes are listed, and in general I like all 3 of those notes: aldehydes, frankincense, and amber. So frankincense to me, it's the goo, it's the resin that comes out of a tree. So it does smell like a tree, but to me it has this very green quality. It smells like pine. Sometimes it can have a little lemony flair. So you take frankincense and aldehydes and amber, and I figured I would love it, but whatever reason, it just did not smell good on me. And I tried and I tried and I tried. I don't know. I can do aldehydes, but not a ton of aldehydes. And it's the reason why I just don't own a bottle of the original Chanel No. 5, because the aldehydes were just too strong. They're just way too strong in here, and there's just something that it clashes. The aldehydes are way too strong, and it just did not smell good on me in the dry down. I got zero amber. I just didn't get any amber sweetness. It was really kind of like frankincense, like dry, cold frankincense. Incense before it's been burned. So it's a non-smoky, cold incense and aldehydes, and sounds really great. Sounds like it would be great for summer, but it just did not work for me, so this was a pass for me. And so the last one I'm going to talk about is a newer release from Parfums de Mer Yosa, and it's called Perseus, and it is marketed towards men. Now the release before this, Altair, was marketed towards men, and it was wildly popular. I saw tons and tons and tons of women buy this perfume. Actually, I saw more women than men rave about that perfume, so I figured this would be equally as unisex. This one to me was, I just didn't really care for it. It wasn't super unique. It kind of has this note profile that I've smelled before. You know, citruses, vetiver, woods. The citruses in here, I want to say grapefruit. Boy, did they come out tart. I like grapefruit. The grapefruit needs to be a little bit sweet, like a yuzu, which is a sweeter grapefruit. Boy, this was like so tart, almost like puckers your lips, and it's a little bit piercing. So that was pretty strong. So that opens a little bit too strong for me. It got a lot better in the dry down. There's vetiver. I mean, it smells a little, it does remind me of a fragrance masterpiece, Terre by Hermès, but I like that one better. That one has a really dark orange in that. This one, the grapefruit, was a little bit too piercing. This one has a lot of musk, or I'd pick up a lot of musk. It's a little bit sharper. It was a little bit more earthy. Maybe this has cypriol in it. I got a little bit musk, whether this has musk in it or not. Just, I wasn't as much of a fan. So this one I predict is not going to be as popular as Altair was, but I'm sure there's someone out there that would appreciate this. I prefer, if you're going to talk about that type of protocol or DNA, I still prefer the original Terre. So that was it, my take on several new releases. There were lots of loves, lots of strong likes, lots of likes that I won't be purchasing, and a few that just did not work for me. Before I call it quits for tonight, I would love to hear about some new releases that you have been loving. And if you are a fan of my content and you've been with me and not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would join my YouTube community by subscribing, hitting the bell notification, and giving me a thumbs up. It really does help my channel grow. It helps the algorithm. It helps push my videos out to new people. So I always appreciate those of you who are subscribers, who always show up every week. Give me a nice thumbs up and talk to me down in the comments. I've really enjoyed getting to know you guys in the comments below. And with that, I will see you on the next one.